arrive in council today.
I don't think so.
He made the quorum.
That was yesterday, Mr. Garcetti.
It all blends together. He is usually the first. All right,
Thank you,
this meeting will now
Mr.
come to order.
Everyone now,
Dennis,
please
Dennis
pay
is on.
attention, come to order.
And
This meeting of the Rules and Government Committee, chaired by Council President Eric Garcetti, will come to order in room
It's open mic night.
1070.
first order of business, what year are the jeans that Mr. Zine is wearing from? All right. Next,
Well, now that you mention that,
Guess.
these jeans, I was not able to fit in a couple months ago, which means that my weight reduction is working very well.
well, congratulations on that. And before this turns into a hostile work environment, let's take up the real item number one.
I'll give you a hostile word.
I'm sure you will.
Item number one is the CLA report relative to the city's position on administrative action or legislation that would provide federal funding to support community school parks programs pursuant to Resolution Hahn, Labange, Weezer.
All right. What do we have here?
That's
If
what we
any-
have here.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
What do we have here, Daryl?
Daryl Powell with the CLA's office. Prior to the introduction of this resolution, back in 2007, the City Council adopted a motion to establish a working group to look at having or supporting community school parks programs. The working group has reported back with a proposal indicating a model of how they plan on moving forward with this. At this time, they have a model. They're in the process of identifying sites. It would be 15 sites, possibly in each school district. And
Wait. There's one school district.
I'm sorry, in each council district.
All right.
Forgive me.
See, we are paying attention.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. A community school park program in each council district. It's my understanding at this time that the working group is attempting to identify funding for the project. So this motion that we have before us, the CLA is recommending adoption of the attached resolution of Hahn, Labange, and Weezer to include in the city's 2009-2010 federal legislative program support of administrative action or legislation that would provide federal funding to support community school parks programs.
Okay, so this would be asking for federal funding that would specifically refer. Is there any sense nationally that there's a move for this, or is there any talk at the federal level about doing this nationwide?
Not that we're aware of at this time.
Okay. Mr. Zion?
Thank you, Council President Eric Garcetti. One issue that I have concern about that came up of late is the greening of the school grounds, where we have our drought and we're now going into phase 3 of water conservation. If we plant more grass for the children to play on and more soccer fields, we need to consider the impact on the water, because many of our schools have the asphalt grounds, the play area, and they have the grass in the field, the track, the football field, et cetera, baseball diamonds. But we're talking about greening and opening schools to the community during the times when schools are not being utilized. The concern I have is the greening part. We need to be sensitive to the fact that we're on this major drought and water restriction. So if we do some greening of the campuses, we need to be sensitive to how we're going to provide the water for them, since the mandatory cutback has taken place.
Understood.
Thank you. That's all I have.
All right.
Pretty good point, huh?
It's an excellent point, and I think we have no jurisdiction actually over the school district, but I know that they're looking at, and they may be able to turn around recycled water a little bit more quickly than we can, since they have some state authority over their own planning and land use, but I'm not sure about that or not. Anyway, okay. We'll go ahead and pass it, and hopefully somebody in the federal level will want to do this.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next one.
Item number two is the CLA report relative to the city's position on HR 1024 Nadler and Senate 424 Leahy, the Uniting American Families Act, which would provide a mechanism under the Immigration and Nationality Act to allow United States citizens and legal permanent residents in binational same-sex relationships to sponsor their foreign-born partner for immigration benefits to the United States pursuant to Resolution Garcetti-Weezer.
Does this replace PPIA? Is this a new name for the permanent, what was previously incarnated as the Permanent Partners Immigration Act?
There was, I don't know exactly, but
Okay.
there was a resolution that came through the city last year.
I think we did one about 5 years ago or 4 years ago as well. I was just wondering at the national level if it was. I wasn't familiar with this acronym, but it'd come up before, and I know we had done legislation. Maybe Leahy has introduced it.
I know that they have introduced this idea before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what this is about? Okay.
I support it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Pass it. Thanks for the report.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Item number 3 is CLA report relative to the city's position on HR 1409, Senate 560, the Employee Free Choice Act of 2009, which would restore workers' freedom to join a union and amend the National Labor Relations Act to establish an efficient system to enable employees to form, join, or assist labor organizations pursuant to Resolution Garcetti, Wesson, Hahn, Alarcon. And let's see, CLA report on file. This actually would not apply to, there would be no impact. Annie's not here. She's out this afternoon. This would not affect city employee unions. This only affects private industry. And there are 3 main issues that this would, amendments to the National Labor Relations Act as a result of this act. The card check procedures would be put in place of the secret ballot elections. There would be new dispute resolution mechanisms to provide for bargaining and speed that, shorter timelines, speed that along, and then additional remedies to address unfair labor practices.
Okay. I'm very familiar. Any questions about this?
I am completely familiar in my previous union activities.
That's correct. So as a good union man,
Support.
vote aye. All right. You
Aye,
guys
aye.
have it.
Aye. Do
With that-
we hear from the city attorney on anything that matters before this body?
There's no need.
I mean,
It's not unusual.
I second that. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Public comment?
Public comment.
we have one,
Don't see any.
Yeah,
This was not our quick. Well, could have been one of our quickest. We started late. Yeah. 8 minutes. All right.
Same thing as PPIA.
It is PP. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.